we've got lots of different kind of areas, I guess, that fall into Centrica. British Gas being probably the one that a lot of people in the UK market will know about. Broadgas Energy in Ireland, Centrica Energy as well. So there's lots of different parts of us. So we're a 19,000 strong employee workforce. As you rightly say, that's there's a huge predominant of that, over 9,000 engineers as well. So we've got call centres, engineers, offshore, all sorts of different things to consider. So there's lots of different people that fall into that remit. Wellbeing is part of our lives, it's part of everything we do, and it's the most important thing to our employees. And it's important, I think, that we talk about it a lot from a home life perspective, but actually it's just as important in work. How people are feeling and how they're thinking and feeling is what's going to make ultimately that person the best that they can be. So being able to enable that person to come into work feeling the best that they can be can only be good for business. The way that we've always seen wellbeing at Centrica is about it being holistic. It's about looking at the whole person, it's about bringing the whole person to work, and absolutely everything is interlinked. So be that I like to run. I know if I can't go out for a run, if I've got an injury or something's happened, that will make me feel pretty miserable. Okay. Which if I then feel miserable, I'll probably think about, maybe I'll have my nutrition might not be as good. So and then my sleep might not be as good because I'm not having that physical activity. And I think that's what we've brought into our business, is actually having that thought process about all these things, like you said, all the areas on OneHub, is that they're all intrinsically linked. And like I say, and also it's not one steady line. Wellbeing goes up and down. And I think we've got to be very, very mindful of that as well. And like you say, there will be life events and challenging situations which we are out of our control, but if we can help people cope better, then that's what we should be doing. Mental and emotional wellbeing is really, really important. And I think it's also, we've done a piece about normalising that as well, as we all have mental health all the time, and it doesn't necessarily need to be bad mental health. And it's about how we support that positive emotional wellbeing and look to do things proactively before they get a little bit too much. We've been recognised through the CCLA as a Tier 1 for our mental health support strategy, and we do that as well through a variety of ways. It's about talking to employees, but we're very lucky as well to have some very, very good engagement from our CEO, who talks very passionately and openly about his own personal experiences. And then that feeds down through our management structures, our management layers. We've invested heavily in making sure our leaders get mental health training so that they can be there to spot signs and symptoms. Well, also all colleagues know what's available to them. And I'm a big believer that especially with mental health and with other things, it's a bit like how we learn. We all learn in different ways. So we have to have a wellbeing suite that gives people support in different ways. Be that being able to talk to someone, be that using information online, being that having access to face-to-face contact, and that's important throughout physical health as well as mental health. So that's, I think, where we try to come across in that space. I think one big thing of us is joining our benefits together. So I think, having that in one place is really, really strong for our colleagues to recognise, where we are from a health and wellbeing perspective. So that's very, very strong for us. But also I think it's about how we join everything much more holistically. And this is so individual, and it looks at everything. It looks at every area. The desk size, is really inclusive. We can have high intensity training to, like I say, the desk size, the soundscapes, all the, food and nutrition and all those different things in between. So there's something for everybody. I think what's so refreshing is it feels like we're working together on some things as well. It's open to ideas, it's looking at things, it's learning from each other, and it's bringing it into, like you say, like it's trying to get this for our people to make people feel the best they can possibly feel, and it's taking it from kind of that thriving perspective. And I think that's the account management and the support we've had, and Anna's been wonderful as well. And we love all the content and everything that's been going on from that perspective. So yeah.